Good afternoon, Dr. Sharma here. I'm back. I want to go on. I want to explain my model from the beach to the garden. Here you have the representation of the model. We start outside with the social environment. Wherever you are at the time, your social environment for me now is Camps Bay, late afternoon, the sun is going down and the rain has stopped. Fantastic. The social environment, of course, changes all the time. I go to mentor people in Newlands Forest while walking. I go to the mountain, I go to the beach, I go to hospitals, I go to private homes. People come to me. Social environment changes all the time, so it does for you. I'm going to use myself as an example in this model so I don't tread on anybody's toes, and you've got to translate it into your life. You meet me at the role-related behavior level first. So the role I'm playing right now is speaker. You know that I play many roles in my life. I'm a psychologist, I'm a mentor, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a community member, I am allowed to be a radio shrink, I'm allowed to be on TV on occasion to present some of the things I do and work with. Great. Each role demands particular behaviors, so the role is enacted well, executed well, and I hope that I've learned to do these roles well. But you know, sometimes there are roles we don't want to be in. And some of the roles, when they're fresh, new, or not liked, are not so well developed. You get to know me more, you go to the next level. The typical response patterns. What is typical to Dr. Sharma? What is typical to you? In the role, I hope the typical responses of me support the role. And the typical responses need to change so that they become effective within the role. But of course, some of the typical stuff we do might not be as good as we would wish, and we can learn new, we can develop. If you get to know me more, you go to the psychological core concepts. Not easily shared, not always given to another person, only those that we trust. These are your fears, your failures. These are the intimacies in your life. These are the things that we hold dear, your dreams, your wishes, some of the things that we don't want to offer to the public. I hope that I'm aware of my psychological core concepts, because the more I'm aware of them, the more I can use them to be an effective human being instead of them surprising me, hindering me, holding me back. And right in the center is the core, your primal perception of life. Why do you exist? Why are you here? You might have your own explanation. Many of us like a religious explanation or a spiritual explanation of why we exist. As I said before, this is all in the round and means for the moment this is a relatively well-functioning human being. They know their roles, they know in which roles they win, they know what typical responses to draw on and which ones to hold back. They do understand their fears, their failures, their successes, their intimacy, and they understand it well. They can draw energy from it, and they do have a sense of why they exist. Symbolically in the round, balanced. Now, the person that is not. Adjust the paper a little bit, use my bush to hold it in place. Here we have a social environment. I think I need another color, if I can find it. Yes, I've got it. In red, the social environment that we avoid, not as rounded. Some people might fear getting stuck on the way from Camps Bay to the airport next to the townships. You've got to know what to do there, how to avoid possible duress, crises and trauma. You need to know how to react when the environment is not as perfect as we would wish. So there are areas in the social environment that can be very good, very supportive, and those that are not. Here you can see thin development, broad development. This role for this person is very well done. So for the sake of argument now, this is the entrepreneur, the person making money, the person being in business, the person running a successful enterprise. So you're good at making money. Excellent. Backed up by good typical responses, broad representation, backed up by typical responses that are supportive, a psychological core concept that makes sense, and the belief system is, yeah, making money is something that I should be doing and is meaningful. On the other side, thin development, a role that is not that well understood, a role that you might not want to be in, yet you have to be in it, not well backed up by typical responses that make it possible, and a belief system that is not shaped towards balance. So what we got here is the strong areas, the weak areas, roles that we don't want, roles that we don't know, brand new stuff has to develop, has to be learned, and of course practiced. This person will have a completely different response to stress and strain in life compared to the balanced one. And that will be the next episode. You've got the two models now, from the balanced person to the unbalanced person. This person needs to work at the weaknesses within their personality. That person seems to have lived a good life, developed well, has worked on themselves, and is effective. Here, the weaknesses are particularly responsive to stress, meaning stress gets us where we are not strong, the weak parts. Stress gets us much more there than anywhere else. That will be in the next episode. Till then, digest, comment, tell me what you think. Thank you.